January 1st, 2017, and we're gonna make our green veggie juice.
Yes.
So here's our ingredients. We have carrots, pineapple,
and apples.
orange. The apple is over there. Celery, cucumber, and we have ginger at the bottom, and also cilantro and spinach. Okay, let's go. Alright, now let's put our ingredients. What do you want to put first? We start on New Year's Day with a healthy green juice. And we're gonna mix the spinach together with the ingredients. And we're gonna shake it. Shake it, Brie.
It's so heavy.
Okay, go. Now, let's try it. Alright. Here's for Brianna. Okay. Now let's go try it. Here.
Did you make me one too?
Oh yeah, that's yours. Cheers!
Alright, cheers.
Happy New Year!
Okay, that was fun. Now we're going to go to the couch and talk about a little bit of history on how we met. It might help some people out that are thinking about doing the same thing, dating somebody in another continent. So we're going to switch gears and go over and sit down and get ready for that. This is it. This is the time we tell our story, how we met, and thought it might be helpful to some people that are dating others in other continents, and kind of explain how it happened in our case and why and what led up to it. So I'll just say that we've been married now just about 10 years. We have little Brianna. She's 3.5 years old, almost. Should we?
How old are you, Brie?
3? Yeah. I'm going to start by asking the question, Maurice, what were you doing 11, 12 years ago before we met?
Well, that's kind of a hard question.
Yeah, tell us.
When I started working at this store, I was like 18 years old, and I was there like 5 years. I was working in her store for 5 years in Leyte. And one of my co-worker, she has a friend, a teacher that knows about Christian Single Registry, because my husband and I, we met in Christian Single Registry. And the teacher kept coming back to the store, and in my mind, I don't really think that I'm gonna have a white guy. So one of my friends, she sneaked my picture, one of my picture, and give it to the teacher, and the teacher sent it to Christian Single Registry. And a month later, I was shocked because I received like a mail. Like when I open it, it's like 100 names of American guys. So I was so shocked. And I look at their description, and 100 guys, it takes like a week for me to pick. So when I saw my husband's name, John Blanco,
Yeah.
I like his description because he's godly in there. He include God in there, and I can tell he's a nice guy. So I go ahead and pick his name, and a month later, I receive a response from him.
A week later?
A month later.
A month later, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes that long for letters to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
So that's the time that we start communicating, writing letters, because in that time I don't really know how to use computer, and not like the other woman right now that they're doing computer, chatting in computer, Skype, communicating. But before, that was like 2006. We're just writing letters back and forth, and you know.
Yeah, and but your mom and dad live at the village in Bohol, right?
Yes, they live in a village in
Yeah.
Bohol, and I'm in Leyte.
Yeah, normally you would have been in the village before that with your parents, but you're just off trying to start your career working, doing something.
Yes.
Because
I finished graduate in high school on that time, so I started working with my auntie. And in that time, I have a few boyfriends, but nothing really serious as boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
And all of my boyfriends they are chicks boy.
My boyfriend.
They have girls, you know. They have you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend today, and tomorrow you saw the boy with another girl. So at that time I realized that they are immature and chicks boy, but not really all Filipinos are chicks boy. Mostly are good ones too, but they have also chicks boy. So I'm not lucky with a Filipino boyfriend. So
what made you think of going from a guy from another country instead of your own country? Was it just because the guys were kind of had lots of girlfriends and you couldn't rely on them, or was it because of some other reason?
Well, the reason is, as I said, my boyfriends are chicks boy and immature, and on that time, I keep praying every night that I hope God give me one day a good husband, a good man, and just keep praying every night. And one night I was dreaming, I saw this really big house. I was in the downstairs bringing a laundry basket, and I saw this really tall guy, but I don't see his face. But he is, all I know, he is tall, foreigner, but I don't see his face. That was before I communicate my husband. So yeah, that was really kind of amazing. I saw him already in my dream, but I don't see his face.
And then when you eventually came to America about 3 or 4 years later, whatever, on a fiancé petition, you were about 21 or 22 years old.
Yeah.
And I was about 51 years old.
51.
No.
And
62.
you came to the house, and what you were saying about the house that I lived in, I had then,
Yeah.
that was the house that was in your dreams, you said?
Yeah, that was the house of my dream. That's really amazing because I never see his house. We don't even communicate on that time yet. And when I saw my husband's house, a really big house, and it's just the same in my dream, the stairs, and I was holding the laundry basket, and I saw him standing right there in the side of the house. So that was his house in my dream, and it's really funny because I never see his house before.
Yeah,
So I was shocked when I saw it.
Like a deja vu.
Yeah.
Like you'd been there, seen it before.
Yeah, so like my spirit is in his house.
Yeah, now we're getting spooky. At 55, I technically retired there, so yeah, it was kind of a good time to actually get married. It's totally backwards from what everyone we're conditioned to do and believe in. Guys get married when they're used to be in the old days. They get married when they're 20 years old, 20 to 25, whatever. 30-year-old guy getting married used to be really old. And then they'd have their kids real young, you know. They'd have a couple kids by the time they're 25, and that's the way they were conditioned back. People were conditioned in those days, but things have really changed, and people are looking at the whole marriage and process and careers and raising children in a whole different light than they ever have, and that's a good thing because they're not so fixed on the issue of time and boxed in with those limitations. So I would suggest that everybody try to look out that side, that conditioning of time, and not set your life to time limits. That's a really bad idea, I think, and you kind of you really should. It's much better to go with your intuition and live your life that way, and not by anybody else's standards. Because you know, sometimes it works out good for the people that are conditioned, and a lot of times they don't. So a lot of guys, by the time they're my age at 53 when I got married, have already been married 2 or 3 times, and I knew a lot of them, and in the studios where I worked, and that's why I decided to wait. And then my mom was married several times, so there are reasons why I really decided to wait. And even though I met some really great girls when I was much younger, and I could have got married back then, to some really wonderful people, but girls, ladies, and but it wasn't the right time because I wasn't ready, because I was on a whole different time clock, and I always wanted something outside the realm of regular, everyday conditioning. So that's how I did it, and it worked out the way I wanted it to. So I'm happy with it. And so you're going to say more about your perception of it.
Yeah, we're communicating before like 6 months, and then you come over. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We start communicating like August, and you come over February.
August what year?
2005.
Oh, yeah.
And you come over at February 2006.
Yeah, I came over February 2006 on Cathay Pacific. I landed there in Cebu, Mactana Airport, and I went to the resort. I got a place at the resort for
Maribago Blue Water.
Yeah, Maribago Blue Water Resort for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All inclusive, really protected area. You know, it's funny, they had guards with AK-47s out there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of first time I saw that, although I'd seen it in other countries, but wasn't used to seeing that. But that's pretty prevalent in the Philippines. But yeah, that's where we first met. And then when I left, I returned to the States. I started working on the fiancé petition about a few months later, right?
Yeah. So 1 year later, I came over here in America, 2007, May 2007.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to do in the fiancé petition. That's about the best way to do it nowadays. It has been for the longest time. It's one really negative thing about the United States that they make it so hard and difficult for foreigners to visit here on just a regular tourist visa, but Americans can go to the Philippines for our tourist visa for 21 days, or was it 30? Was it 30 or 21?
21.
I always figured 21.
Oh, they changed now. I heard they changed 30 days.
Yeah, I think it's 30 now. Yeah. You can go over there. They should make it just as easy for people from the Philippines, because Philippines and America have always had a really good relationship. There's been a little stress recently, but it's always had a good relationship. So they ought to knock all that off and let them come over here, because they're not any kind of threat or anything, and we go over there so easily. The paperwork, you just got to do the paperwork one little step at a time. It's like eating an elephant. You just eat it one bite at a time, and then you get it done. And I don't remember exactly how much it costs, but it's about $600-700 or so. But then you could come over for 90 days, right?
Yeah, 90 days. If you don't get married, you go back to your country. But if you guys decided to get married, you can stay in America.
Right, then you got to work on some new paperwork after that.
Yeah.
So, hey, there's nothing really simple or easy about it, but it's an adventure, and if you're willing to do an adventure, and you know, you got to really have your heart in it, and but it's fun.
Yeah. So now the age gap. What
age
can you
gap?
say about the age gap?
Yeah, my wife is a little older than me, really.
I am old. No, he is like 30 years older than me, but my mind is old. I mean, I'm matured.
Really old.
I'm not really immature. You know, and when I first come over here in America, I felt really bad because some of the women mostly over here, they look at me like, oh my God, is that your daughter or something? And I was so hurt and I was embarrassed and I said, oh my God, what's going on? If, you know, my husband is older than me and I'm young, you know, because they think that if the woman is really young and the guy is older, especially American and outside the country foreigners, they think you married him for money. They think you're a gold digger, something like that. But I used to be very hurt before when they look at me like that, and you know, because I can tell what they're thinking. But now I don't care, because for me, we're married for 10 years, and if you don't love your husband, you don't really understand. You can't really, you know, live with them for 10 years. That's a really long years. Even one day, if I don't love the guy, I can't understand to stay with the guy in one day.
Hey, and you know, this is the way of the future. American guys are looking outside the country, and we on our online community, there's people that are joined our subscriptions, and they are from UK and Australia and Canada and all over there, and they're all looking for relationships outside their own country, and that's very good. So that's just a little background on our story. We could tell a longer one, but I think this is long enough, right?
Yeah.
And we'll share more along the way. And we just want to thank everybody. We got the new subscribers are coming on, and we want to just thank them for coming on. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's really great. And the support there makes us it's very encouraging. So anyway, enjoy your new year, and remember that we're timeless and ageless, and I really mean that. I think we're born with the same spirit that we had at birth, and we carry that through our lives, and it doesn't age. The only thing that ages is our sorry little bodies.
That's all for today, and thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy our video, and we'll be doing more videos in the future.